Boom! Woo. What's up, world? And welcome back for another new inventory showcase video. How lame was that intro? I don't know. You got to tell me. Leave some comments. Let me know. I'm sure it was pretty lame, but whatever. I don't really care. I was trying to incorporate the fact that this 200 series Land Cruiser is from Roswell, New Mexico, where all the spacecraft and aliens and all that stuff happened. But anyway, let's get going on this thing, seriously. My name's Chris. Today I'll be your host in going around this 2014 200 series Land Cruiser that I recently acquired to resell. I've already done a brief video of this car. Again, for those of you that have seen it, it's going to be a little repetitive at first, but this is a 2014 200 series Land Cruiser. It's got just over 191,000 miles on it. This is a one-owner, single-owner Land Cruiser. And for you Land Cruiser people, including me, that's awesome. Like that a lot. It's got great service history. We just had it at Cherokee County Toyota where they just serviced it. They did a maintenance inspection. Didn't find anything else it needed. I think at 183,000 miles or something like that. We can look on the Carfax. It had serpentine belt replaced, brakes were replaced, spark plugs were replaced, power steering fluid was flushed. So that's fairly recent on top of what we just did. Car does have a great set of Michelin tires on it. Overall, this is a super nice car. Best color combination in the 200 series .2s, in my opinion, the silver on black. Couldn't get black interior from 2008 to 2011. That didn't start till 13, and this one has it. So I'm gonna start things out a little bit differently today. We're gonna do a cold start. And then I'm going to hook my scanner up to it. We're going to show all the monitors off on it, that it is ready to pass emissions. And then we will do our normal thing, pull it outside, go over it, all the fun stuff that I normally do. So let me twist this thing around and let's get to work. So back to what I said about the intro video. I was trying to be stupid, but as you see, this thing came from Roswell, New Mexico. And Roswell Toyotas, obviously their logo is a UFO, which I think is awesome. It's really cool. So I left the sticker on there. Normally I take all the stickers off when they go to detail, but I left it on there. Obviously I can take it off for anybody who's interested in this car and doesn't want that on there, but it is kind of cool that it incorporates Toyota logo, Toyota name, and then you got a little spaceship with Roswell on it. So anyway, let's get to the important stuff here. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to do a cold start, but I'm going to hook my scanner up to this so that we can show off all the monitors. And I'll go over that in just 1 second. Sorry for the video right now, but let me get this hooked up. All right. So here we are. As you can see, car is cold. Just started it, no lights. Obviously you got your seatbelt light, the door's open, and the light's letting you know that your headlights are on. Sounds like a 200 series, no abnormal noises. Secondary air injection's already shut off. No cracking on the radiator. I would assume, looking at this radiator, I've seen enough of them to know this all looks new. I don't have any history of it being replaced, but the radiator itself, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that it has been replaced, although I can't prove that. but we don't have any cracking going on where they like to crack. And again, normally when these age, this stuff fades over time and it looks very bright, and to me looks new, but that's just me guessing. So take that for what it's worth, which might not be much for some of you. All right, so here we go with our monitors. As you see, we got 9 monitors. All of them are green and ready to be tested. For those of you that don't know, if there was a check engine light or something causing one of these monitors to not be ready, they would be red. Those little green dots would show red. And you would also see pending codes where it says no powertrain DTCs or frame phase data is presently stored in the vehicle's computer. So if somebody had come in here and just reset a check engine light, did not fix a problem, you would still see a pending code here, and you would also see a red dot on whatever monitor was affected, and this thing would not be ready to pass emissions. So just want to clear that up so everybody knows there are no underlying issues with this cruiser, and it is ready to pass emissions. So now that we're done with that, I am going to pull this thing outside and we will go over it. All right, so here we are outside with it, and we will, as always, start up front here with the front bumper. The bumper at some point has been painted. There's not any damage or any major road rash or anything like that going on. It looks to be in really good condition. But at some point it has been painted and it looks fine, which is good. You don't have to deal with it. But again, you can kind of see the overall condition of it. It looks really nice. Headlights are in great shape. We're not seeing any fading or any cracking that you typically see up here, especially in hotter climates. So this thing sat inside. Did you know it says Land Cruiser in the headlight? A lot of people don't know that. But yeah, everything looks good there. Grill, our radar for the cruise control looks great. Camera, front-facing camera is not cracked. The top of the grill is showing some fading, and mainly just on this top section. You're not seeing a lot of it anywhere else. You are seeing some on the second row here, but you can see nowhere near like what's on the top. And again, you're gonna see this on just about everyone at this point, regardless of mileage. This is just like a cheap plastic. There's no protectant on it, so just over time it's gonna do what it's doing. Headlight over here is very similar to the other side. Fantastic condition, no cracking, no fading, nothing going on up here. Everything looks really nice. Hood does show a few little touch-up spots on it. I'm just going to kind of walk slowly so you can see it. Obviously, this car being silver, you're not going to see as much of it unless you're it's not going to be as noticeable, I should say, as for instance like a black car, dark color car at some point. All very minor. All has been touched up and is really just on the front of the hood. The rest of the hood is in great shape. You're not seeing a bunch of touch up or anything like that anywhere else. That's a good shot of it. Side of the car, fender, all of that looks great. There are a few little touch-up spots along the way that I'll point out. So your mirror here few little tiny spots for reference. Again, these have all been touched up. It's just silver, and silver does not touch up great. Small little one right here, right before the rail itself. A few little spots on the rail. There is a couple spots right here on this fender. I know there's another one, but oh yeah, right here on the quarter panel. Outside of that, the side of the car is in great shape. Let me hit this front wheel. All the wheels are very similar. Fantastic condition, no curbing, no scratching, nothing like that going on. Do have a great set of Defender LTXs. These might have 5,000 miles on them, might. Very good condition there. We'll just keep moving to this back one. Same thing, very similar to the front. No curbing, no rash, no nothing going on here. Defender LTXs that are very tall. So we'll come around here to this rear bumper. Really not much to say about the rear bumper. It's in great shape. All of our fitment looks great. Not any damage anywhere. You are seeing some slight fading going on the top of this tow hook cover right here. The center part of it looks fine, but that's what you're seeing right there. Bottom part of the lower gate looks great. Typical spots where you'll see damage along the bottom down there where people back into things. All of that looks really nice. There's no dents on this car. There's our UFO guy again. Same thing with the upper gate. Upper gate's in great shape. Not anything really to say there. Storage number 1 is empty outside of our wheel lock. And there it is. And the toolkit is in here. I'm not going to pull everything out right now. There's pictures of it on the website that show all the tools in it. But it is all there. And again, you will see pictures of that on the website. Let's get up under here. First thing I like to look at back here, all of our bumper clips look great. You know, people hit things, and typically this is a great spot to go to see if there's any damage, any wrinkling. Obviously that'd be a dead sign giveaway if you're missing clips right there, but we are not missing clips. Everything looks really nice on both sides, the way it should. And same thing with the lower part of our gate. Look how nice all the seam seal looks. There's no rust anywhere under here. Looks great. Our quarter panel jambs look fantastic. All our factory spot welds look great up there. Looks really nice. We'll pull this mat out. This is a factory black mat. It's in great shape. Carpet back here looks really nice. Same thing with the back of these second row seats. You know, a lot of times you'll see just people throwing stuff in here. They fold them up, they set stuff on top of them. They'll get scratches, and this material on the back of these seats is like almost like a foam. And it is very susceptible to scratching, denting, things like that, and it looks really nice. Same thing with the bottom of the third row seats. jack is in there. Let me put these seats down. Back of the third row seats look great. It's probably a better shot of them. So one little funky thing here. This is the correct headrest for the third row. This looks like it came out of a 4Runner or the middle row of the Land Cruiser. So it's not a huge deal, obviously. Most people take those out to begin with, but you got that going on. The middle row headrest, there's our middle row seat belt. For those of you that don't know, they zip them up back here. And there we go. So that's kind of its staying place for that. Try to get this zip back up. So we'll leave that up so I can show the third row seats. Again, here's our mat. Great condition here. Just throw that in here for right now. Again, this car does not show the miles on it at all. I was very close to keeping this car. I wish things were a little bit different for me right now than they are, and I would have kept this car. I've always wanted a silver black .2 200 series, and you know, this car being a one owner, where it's from, the condition, things like that, this is a great fit. I just can't do it right now. So I'll be putting some more miles on the GX, which has been a great car for me. All right, so on the side down here, where was that? Okay, yeah, scratch right here. That's been touched up, but that's a great reference how poorly silver touches up. Dark color cars touch up very well. Light color cars do not. Small little spots right there. And there's one spot right here. Actually, that's not a spot, never mind. Pillars look great. Rail running up. Mirrors in great shape over here. Nothing to talk about. Front wheel just like the other side. And we got a Defender LTX that's like new. Rear wheel. Tread depth on the rear tire. Let me hop up on the roof. Roof looks really nice on this car. There's not any damage, no dents, no nothing. It looks really nice up here. No fading, nothing going on to speak of up here. All right, so I'm gonna walk around and put a paint meter on this thing. There is no paint work on this car. And for those of you that don't know, I know most of you do, this is a paint meter. It measures the thickness of the clear coat on the vehicle and the paint. These numbers you're about to see, again, if you're not familiar, none of them are gonna be the same. You just want them to be consistent. You want them to be close to each other. They don't have to be identical, and they're never going to be identical. You just want consistency. So we'll walk around the car. And a lot of the reason for the differences in the numbers is going to be the way the paint lays. So some spots are going to be thinner than others. Therefore, paint and clear coat doesn't stick to it as well. And that's why you're going to see different numbers throughout the car. But you're seeing, you know, mid 4s to mid 5s here on this car. And what you're going to see on a car that's been painted is you're going to see, for instance, if this is in the mid 4s and 5s, you're going to see 8s and 9s for a car that's got paint on it. Everything's looking good. See, this will probably be a thin spot. No, it had some good paint on it. Let me get the top of this roof, or the front part, I should say. All right, so there you have that. Shut this thing off. Let me hit the undercarriage while we're on the outside before we go inside. Spare on this car has never been down. This is one of the original Dunlop Grand Treks, which are terrible tires. So you only want to use it if there is a flat. But most importantly, I'm trying to avoid some shadows here. This is what you want to see, a rust-free car. Our rail up here looks really nice. It's all dusty. Go figure, being in New Mexico. Roswell with the aliens. So again, a really nice, thorough pressure wash under here would make this frame look damn near brand new. Our gas tank skid plate, which is very susceptible to corrosion, looks awesome. Looks really good under here. And I'm gonna do the front, and then I'll show the KDSS valves. Power steering rack is not leaking, and CV axles look great. Skid plate looks awesome. Same thing over here. No leaking coming from the rack. CV axle looks great. And let's look at some valves real quick. There you go. Again, it's a little dusty, but no issues there. So everything looks really nice under here. All right, so how's everybody liking the outside? I like it a lot. Super nice car. I wish I could have a warehouse full of these in this kind of condition, one owner, where it's from, etc. All right, so our front door panel, great shape. The interior of this car is in really nice condition. This was another big selling factor for me. Edges of our door panels, this material is extremely thin. A lot of people will get out and their seat belts will stick like this or whatever in the door jamb area, and they'll shut the door. And you'll see that's a common spot you want to look for damage on all 200s. There's not an easy way to repair all that. Look how nice all that looks. Armrest looks great. Pull handle looks great. One little small little spot right there. Outside of that, looks really nice. We don't have any fading going on up here, which you'll see a lot of. Other than my footprints being on this kick plate, it all looks really nice. Seats look in great shape in this car. I love the black interior on the 200. You know, the dot ones, the 08 to 11s, you can only get gray and tan, and the gray is just kind of meh. Carpet underneath looks great. Dashboard looks great. Seat does come forward, does go back, and it does recline, and it does come back up. The rear door panel is much like the front. Again, most importantly, no damage or anything here on these edges. I hate that stuff. Armrest looks great. We do have some light scuffing going on the pull handle, and then the trim you see right down here. That's a good example of what can happen to these. This isn't bad. They can get much, much worse. And actually this material will start to peel over time, and it looks awful when they do that. But don't have any of that going on here. Just some minor scuffing going on. Window rolls down good. And it comes back up one touch. Kick plate looks really nice. Sorry for the dust. I left the windows down last night in the warehouse, and that's pretty obvious. Third row seats. You got your little typical seatbelt indentions, which you're going to see when these seats stay folded up the way most of them do. Headliner's in great shape. We'll get to the DVD. Look at the back of that seat. Let me do this again. Bottom underneath the seat looks great. The carpet, same thing with the bottom of the seat. Back of the passenger seat, you got your factory DVD headrest, or headsets, I should say. Carpet looks great under the mat. Should not have left these windows open last night. Rear console looks in great shape, not messed up or scuffed up like a lot of them will get down there. All of our buttons pop out as they should. Video hookups. Temperature works over here. Temperature works over here. Fan speed. Heated seats. Air registers look good, both intact. Console's in great shape. All right, moving on. Same thing over here. Really nice looking door panel, armrest, pull handle looks great over here. You don't have any of the scuffing going on like on the other side. Kick plate, all our trim right here looks really nice. These seats back here haven't had much use at all. They haven't really been sat in much. It's pretty obvious. Back of the driver's seat's in great shape. And same thing with the carpet under here. Carpet under the left rear seat looks nice. Back of it looks great as well, as you see. Let me pull this armrest down, excuse the camera. Armrest is in really nice shape. I know the cup holder is good to go and not broken. Another nice clean door panel, armrest. Pull handle looks great. No fading going on up here. Everything looks really nice over here as well. Seat does come forward, and it does go back, and it does recline, and it comes back up. Carpet looks great under here. We don't have any damage right in this area. These things are super susceptible to getting holes in the carpet right in this area. If you're looking for 200s, no matter what year, make sure you're looking at that. The only way to fix that is replace the front carpet section, and you don't want to do that. Side of the console looks really nice. I'm telling you, the interior on this car is super nice. All right, so layer number one to the console. Here is our DVD remote. And we got a cool box. And it's blowing some nice cold air. Excuse the ringing. You can see my Bluetooth is hooked up to this car. All of our faux wood looks really nice. This can get really scratched up along with the silver trim all up in here and over here as well. Everything looks great up here. As you saw a minute ago, our cup holder does work as it should. Cooled, heated, cooled, heated. Ashtray, cigarette lighter that's never been used. Very neutral smelling in this car. Go ahead and turn that heated seat off. It is too warm today for heat. All right, all of our silver trim up in here is very similar to our door pulls. It can scratch and scuff easily. All looks really good. Same thing with our black trim. Everything looks really nice there. So I'm going to
in the accountability of
So everything works there. I'm not going to go change a bunch of channels because I did this yesterday with the video. I uploaded it to YouTube and they got me for copyright because there was a song on the radio that Sony owns. So we will 4-zone it, and this will keep the driver in control. Our temperatures are up here. We can see that those do go up and they do come back down. Navigation works well. Turn this on. I'll zoom in a couple times so you can see that everything works there. There we are. Backup camera. And we will do side cameras. So that's both mirrors. As you see, this is telling you where your camera is looking. It's going to look to the rear. And I think I got to go back to park to do the front facing and right side. There's our front facing and right side. Again, sides, rear, front. All right, steering wheel's in great shape. All of our leather looks good. All of our wood looks really nice. All of our silver trim looks great. You are seeing a little bit of wear here on these buttons, just on these edges. It's all very, very minor. And a little bit right here on this edge, but not anything to worry about, in my opinion. It's pretty normal. No lights. 191, 484 is the mileage. So our mirrors, we're gonna move the left one, fold it in. Right side. And we'll fold it in. All right, hazard lights. Right signal, left signal. Horn. Heated steering wheel does work. I've already gone over the center diff and multi-terrain select in another video. I will engage four-wheel drive real quick. We're in neutral to do that, as you see. And there we are in 4 low. There's all our multi-terrain select features. I'm not gonna go into that. I have another video where I've already done that. So we'll come back out of 4 low. And there we are. So all is good there. Sunroof is tilted up. Come down and we'll open that bad boy. All right, so we will go to the rear DVD. Come over here to rear. And you can see it works. And we'll shut it back off. Folds up as it should. All right, well, I think we are ready for a little drive here. Put my seatbelt on. I don't think I have my wallet, but YOLO. All right, so here we go. So we're going to be listening for any kind of drivetrain noise. Specifically, wheel bearings are common on all Toyota Sport Utilities. Also, every now and then I have seen or heard some light transfer case noise that's fairly evident as soon as you start driving. I can already tell you I've put a couple 100 miles on this car since I bought it, and there is none of that going on, but that's what we're listening for. We're also going to check the brakes, make sure there's not any kind of steering wheel shake or anything like that going on if this semi will get out of my way. And I am not going to wait. So good thing we're in a Land Cruiser. Out of my way, sir. No wheel bearing noise, no transfer case noise. Everything sounds really nice, as it should. No steering wheel shake. These tires ride great. Obviously, if you've owned a set of Michelins, specifically the Defender LTXs, you know what's up. Coming on the brakes, no steering wheel shake. Brakes feel nice and firm. Again, back to what I said earlier, there was recently the brakes were replaced on this car, like within the past 10,000 miles. Man, I wish I could keep this thing. YOLO. There's our American flag, Old Glory, flying. I want to get one of those for the dealership. All right, and here we are. Let me try to pull in here. A couple things I'm going to do in here real quick. One, I'll show that the headlights all work as they should. Headlights, running lights, fog lights, all work. In 2014, the LXs got LED fog lights. Not until 16, the Cruisers didn't get them. So all our taillights work. These taillights are LEDs and they're not cheap. So you got your little peanut light here that's on, and then your two running lights there. Same thing over here, and our little peanut light. So we are good to go on that front. And last, this car does have factory remote start. So we'll hit lock 3 times and hold it on the 3rd. And then we will hold the lock button to turn it off. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this car will be for sale here today. It'll be on the website, and you can reach me anytime at chris@hilsonluxury.com or 678-454-6060. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and look forward to working with one of you soon.